Growing tension between Ben and Miranda now that she's the chief.
Yep.
Should we be worried about them?
Very, actually. When it originally started, I didn't think, I was like, well, it's going to be the usual, like, your wife makes more money than you do,
Right.
so we'll play a story out, and that's a good story to tell. I didn't realize how far they were going to take it. In the next week or two, folks will see things explode.
I like the glimmer in your eye on
Yeah,
that.
well, it's, when you're an actor and you get something juicy to play, you get excited. So I'm having flashbacks to
excitement.
those days shooting, yeah.
And then when Ben makes the decision to operate on the pregnant mother in 2 weeks without proper equipment, what kind of trouble does he face?
Yeah, see, Ben has this problem because he's been an anesthesiologist for years, so he knows what it's like, and this is old hat, but at the same time, he's a new surgeon. So the surgery part's new, so sometimes you have the experience, but not quite the skills. So you think you're capable of more than you're capable of.
Does Ben have a little bit of a meltdown afterward?
I don't know if Ben has a meltdown, but there is an explosion. It gets rough. It gets rough for Ben. It gets real rough for Ben for a little bit. And I think we're going to do 2 episodes back to back. I think next week.
So a lot of roughness for Ben.
Yeah, it'll be 2 hours of bad news for Ben.
And how does it affect his marriage when Miranda has to reprimand Ben?
Well, I don't know. There are people out there who their spouse earns more than them, but very few people have their spouse not only be their boss, but their boss's boss. So yeah, it's harsh. It's harsh, and if you don't agree with what comes down the pipe when the punishment gets laid out.
Yeah, what do you do about that? That's weird pillow talk.
Yeah, it makes the bed real uncomfortable. There is no bed big enough to deal with the couple that has that situation.
And after you do that operation, does Miranda come down on you?
Yeah. It's whether you think he was right or wrong. That's the whole thing. It's a fun episode because everybody has their viewpoint on whether or not he did the right thing or the wrong thing. Because there are rules, but sometimes the rules don't cover every situation. There's a gray area always.